we have an agenda, and the purpose of this meeting was to make the follow-up on two main issues, largely and totally correlated, obviously. Restoration in Africa with the Horizon 2030 and the Great Green Wall initiative that we relaunched, I would say, in January and presided by President of Mauritania. So 10 months after the One Planet Summit on biodiversity, I'm very happy to be here with you. Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, I wanted to thank you for hosting us and for being here and for being so committed and for having been, I would say, a pioneer, definitely of all these commitments and with intuitions, with organizations, with commitments, or for bringing so many people with expertise, financing, and so on. So the idea here is to make a follow-up. I remember that in January, on the One Planet Summit, we launched an initiative of $19 billion committed. We are here, and I can confirm this 19 billion. They are committed and they are arriving. Now the question and the purpose of this meeting is to prepare the next steps.
This vital COP26 conference, and following the momentum we built at the One Planet Summit, I am enormously grateful to President Ghazouani and President Macron for inviting me to co-host today's high-level discussion on accelerating land restoration in Africa, the case of the Great Green Wall. And if I may say so, it is a great pleasure to be with you all in person after so many months staring at the screen. Now, nature, people, and planet are all part of one common system. Transforming the land sector, agriculture, forestry, wetlands, and bioenergy towards more sustainable practices could contribute an estimated 30% of the global mitigation needed by 2050 to deliver the 1.5 degree centigrade target. For example, regenerative agriculture, organic and no-till farming to restore soil fertility, and innovative agroforestry systems could enable agriculture to become a net carbon sink. This offers the real and hugely encouraging prospect of revitalizing rural communities, rolling climate change backwards profitably as it revitalizes rural communities and enhances human health. But to do this will require the big global agri-industrial corporations to revise their operating models to benefit both biodiversity and small-scale farmers. Our objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to transform the lives and livelihoods of millions of smallholder farmers, landowners and fishermen, along with rural and coastal communities all around the world. To achieve this, we should not be afraid to reorientate our long-standing incentive structures. In this way, we can create a more sustainable world while maintaining food security and employment. These challenges are particularly well understood in Africa, to whom the United Kingdom will proudly pass the baton to host COP27. And bearing in mind that there are some 700 million hectares of degraded land in Africa alone, the Great Green Wall Initiative offers a precious opportunity to restore land, forests and biodiversity, while also addressing the social, economic and environmental impacts of land degradation and desertification. It can also offer a model for the vital role of sustainable supply chains. Now, I very much hope that in our short time together, we can focus on the practical actions we can take to start seeing immediate implementation and results on the ground. After all, we are here sharing a common belief that we must work together to restore vast amounts of land while stimulating the local economy as part of a just and sustainable transition. However, we also know that this transition will cost trillions, not billions, of dollars to resolve. The question now is how to improve rapidly the number of genuinely sustainable projects across a range of public-private mechanisms, including pipelines of private investment. And with this in mind, I'm very glad to be joined by some of the CEOs from my Sustainable Markets Initiative who have been working on this very issue. As they look at the pipeline that links investment to projects that can support adaptation and bring about a rapid transition across the industries, across all industries, they have identified key barriers that we must together address. First of all, building capacity for project development with a focus on genuinely sustainable and investable projects at scale. Second, building our cross-border networks to ensure equitable access to expertise and science, as well as emerging solutions and technologies. Third, increasing the pipeline of bankable and genuinely sustainable projects and connecting them with the funding sources which are the best fit, be they public, private, or more likely a blend of both. And finally, building the systems that allow countries to stay up to date with rapidly evolving international standards and with private and public sector expectations. I know that the CEOs present today will be able to speak about some of the ways in which we are working to remove these barriers to help deliver the much-needed action on the ground. But I'm afraid we need your help. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have a precious opportunity to make sustainability the growth story of our time, yet the window for action is, as we all know, rapidly closing. So with the tremendous potential of a vibrant young population and unique and precious natural landscapes, Africa is particularly well placed to seize this opportunity. So let us roll up our sleeves and start designing the creative solutions we need to secure the future for generations to come. And because working together, at the end of the day, I know we can succeed. Thank you.
Excellency, Your Royal Highness, Prince of Wales, Your Excellency, the President of the French Republic, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm especially happy to be part of this social side event and grand reception co-hosted by His Royal Highness Prince of Wales, His Excellency the President of the French Republic, and His Excellency the President or his representative of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. It is interesting and noteworthy that this important gathering is tailored towards ameliorating the problems of land degradation, desertification, depletion of forest ecosystems, and biodiversity in Africa. As part of the outcome of the 4th edition of the One Planet Summit on Biodiversity organized by the French government in Paris, France on 11th January 2021, the coalition of international communities, especially the technical and financial partners, pledged commitment of financial resources for upscaling the implementation of the Great Green Wall Initiative in Africa. The summit can be regarded as a direct response to the request for support by African leaders to global communities on addressing Africa's environmental challenges. For this, Africa is grateful. Since the pledges by the financial partners, the United Nations Convention to combat desertification has continued to give technical backstopping to the Pan-African Agency of the Great Green Wall through the establishment of Great Green Wall Accelerator for the 2021 to 2030 decennial priority investment plan for Great Green Wall program. This is to fast-track the implementation process with the prime purpose of translating the pledged financial resources of 19.68 billion United States dollars into hectares of land restoration and other livelihood improvements at various country levels. On progress of actions so far taken to actualize the process, Nigeria participated in drafting and harmonizing the result framework for the accelerator with 5 cardinal pillars to address the 2021-2030 decennial priority investment plan ambition of the Great Green Wall, with focus on the following: A, restoration of 100 million hectares of degraded land; B, sequestration of 250 million tons of carbon; C, creation of 10 million green jobs; D, resilient economic development in the various member states; E, capacity strengthening and development. As the effort to make available the financial resources already pledged by financial partners is still ongoing, Nigeria has taken further steps by approaching other technical partners for support. The partners include the Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Environment Program, United Nations Development Program, Global Environment Facility, with whom Nigeria is holding discussions on resource mobilization for ecosystem restoration. With all hands on deck and concerted efforts at land restoration by African leaders, I am optimistic that Africa's ambition to restoring over 100 million hectares of degraded landscape for productive agriculture is achievable. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that Nigeria will soon be assuming the leadership of Conference of Heads of State and Government of the Pan-African Agency of the Great Green Wall. Nigeria pledges her unalloyed commitment to expanding the achievements of the GGW program in Africa from the viable status attained under the leadership of my brother, President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. Finally, together we commit to the transformative process of restoring the African degraded landscape and ultimately the continent's environment. I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
We're fortunate to have President Buhari of Nigeria with us today. Nigeria plays a critical role in the restoration movement and has pledged to restore 4 million hectares of degraded land. This kind of ambition, coming from Africa's largest economy, underscores just how vital this issue is.